Hello Fortniters, fully loaded here, back with another video. Just flying here by the Jonesies area, looking to get some web slingers. I'm trying not to call them web clingers as I have been, but whatever comes out comes out. So anyway, grabbing the web slingers and yeah, looking to get them as sort of insurance. I'm looking to do a Skybase. I've taken a couple cracks at the old Skybase now, so I've been failing, getting shot down, falling down on my own. So this is another attempt. So I see the spotty gloves as a means of surviving, a sort of an insurance policy if I do fall. So you know, luckily on my attempts to do the Skybase, I've managed to survive. You know, because of the web slinger. So yeah, that's what I'm grabbing them for, a little insurance policy. So in order to do the Skybase, in my opinion, it's good to get a few heals, so that's why I'm doing some fishing here. The pizza also works well in my opinion, but I think I've discovered that maybe it doesn't give you as much health as I thought. I thought it gave you 50 health per slice, but I think it gives you less than that. I don't know exactly off the top of my head how much, but I think it's less than 50. So anyway, have some fish. Fish is good. It's quickly, you can quickly consume it, and yeah, so that's what I'm looking for. Some health that's quickly consumable, and rather than having like a bandage or med kit, which kind of takes a long time before you yeah, it takes effect. So yeah, I'm skipping ahead here. I spent a lot of time gathering mats, so nobody wants to see that. Just you know, minutes and minutes of me, and yeah, I'm just boom going right to the build. But there's a player that ends up going over here that I don't want to get shot down by if I start building too quick, and then they hit that like little sonar radar thing. So yeah, they started shooting at me, so I opt to abort Skybase mission. It would have been a matter of moments before they decided to shoot me down anyway, so I just opted to get out of there and yeah, rotate over here. So this is what I'm doing. That's the thing with trying to attempt a Skybase, is just getting a moment where he can get started. Sometimes that's difficult, not having a player around. So I think it works best if I talk about the timing of it. I think trying not to do a Skybase at the beginning of the game, like you kind of can anyway. You kind of have to spend some time getting mats, enough mats to do it. And if you try to build like before the first circle closes, or even the second, what I've discovered is not only can you build too high, like there's a point where you can't build up anymore. And then that's what happened to me in the video that I did where I actually fell, is I hit the point where you can build too high. But you can also build, and I didn't know this, you can build on like a string of build too much as well. So if you build your Skybase too early, you have a limited amount of build that you can connect to a particular structure. Like you only, you know, I'm not articulating this very well, but you know, where there is a height capacity, there's also a length capacity. Maybe that's the best way to put it. So I've discovered that in doing these sky builds, as well as you can only go so far with your sky build. So if you do it too early, even if you do have the mats to do it, it will limit, you know, you to be able to do it not only vertically but also horizontally. So I thought I'd put that out there because I don't know if that's as known. I know the height restriction is you know, a known thing by some. Maybe some people don't know that, but there is a limit on how high you can go, but there's also a limit on how, you know, how much you can go horizontally as well. So anyway, yeah, there, worth mentioning. So this is why at this point too I'm kind of building up like this, because it's just, I'm doing it slowly. I want to get high enough so hopefully I'm not just hovering over people's heads, but I want to be as high as I can get to sort of hopefully stay out of view. So just stopping a moment, again, the idea is to try to stay, in my mind, on the edge of the storm. So I don't want to stretch across when I'm still visible. I feel like, the storm can kind of mask your build. So I'm not saying it makes it impossible to see it, but it helps mask it a little bit, I think. And as I wasn't sure, I think as I was coming or seeing where the circle was closing, I think I was happy with the fact that we were, the circle was over tilted. My thoughts here were that, because people will be in this, in the tilted city, they'll be surrounded by buildings, they'll be less likely to look in the horizon in the background and see the build that I'm doing. So yeah, I mean, that seemed like a good thing to me. That I would think that building and having the circle end in an open area would make it harder for you to do a skybase and survive. Because again, if you get down to the final few players and they're trying to find out where everybody's at, like say it's down to the last 2 players and the last player who's on the ground is looking around for you and clearly can't see you hiding in a structure, I would think they may start to look up and think, well, they have to be in a skybase. But if there's buildings such as in Tilted to hide in, they wouldn't think to look up necessarily as like the next option. So I felt like this boded well for me here, the fact that we were the circle was closing on Tilted, because there'd be a lot of places to sort of hide. So anyway, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm trying not to get too far extended beyond the current circle, but I don't want to be outside of it either and take damage. So I still have some heal left, I have some fish, I have some splash, and yeah, and hopefully the storm masks my build somewhat, and nobody looks in the horizon and sees me. So anyway, so far so good. I mean, we're getting down to the final few players. How many is left now? I think there's about 6 players remaining, so that includes myself. So I'm just edging my way along here, just trying to stay on the edge of the storm, and boom, now the storm has shifted, so it's going back from where I came, and now it's going forward again, so I have to continue building. I think I'm in pretty good spot for mats. I still have quite a few brick. I have some metal, not a whole lot, but I've gone through all my wood now, so yeah, I don't think at this point I'm concerned about running out of mats, but I just don't want anybody to look up and shoot me down. So it's as simple as that. This skybase is only as good as as long as people don't see us. So I think we're down to 4 players. So the good thing is the storm's heading back to some of my build already, so I can hopefully take advantage of that for a little bit. Just for 1 block, it looks like, but anyway, and there you go. As simple as that. Got my first Skybase win, and nobody saw me the whole game, so yeah, pretty cool. Thanks for watching.